Howdy, I'm Unplayable Spaghetti Salesman, also known as a literal nobody. I'm a Team Fortress 2 and Dead by Daylight Souls filmmaker artist, a mod porter, and hopefully a game dev at some point. At least I hope to be one, knowing the state of the video game industry as a whole. That's a topic for another day. I decided to make a video talking about my love of TF2, the ongoing bot crisis, and just generally add more support to the fix TF2/save TF2 movement that's going on today. One thing I want to say before I start rambling, I apologize for the ultra-wide gameplay. For the life of me, I could not get TF2 going on my secondary monitor, so I got stuck in using the wide one. Hopefully it doesn't affect you too much. I should also add, while I do have a script written for this, I'm not a good script reader. I tend to screw up a lot and have weird cadences and stuff like that because I'm trying to both read and I guess act in a way, so hopefully it doesn't seem too odd. For those that do not know what the fixed TF2 movement is, or what the bot crisis even is, allow me to get you in the loop. For about 5 years now, TF2 has been plagued by what is known as the bot crisis. Bots are computer-controlled players capable of interacting with Team Fortress 2 without human input. These bots are in the same service as regular players using aim cheats to ruin the game for everyone else. They can navigate the map, capture objectives, and use chat to send messages, usually in the sense of buying quote-unquote protection, insulting players, and sometimes going to places that I really should not mention in general. Aimbots purposely join servers and groups to maximize the ability to disrupt the game, and it's common to find servers entirely composed of bots, and in these circumstances the game becomes almost unplayable. Otherwise, the actual players in a match will have to constantly kick these bots from them taking over a team and then ruining gamers by kicking the actual players, as there isn't anything stopping the bots from doing that as long as they've been in a match since the start or have joined one in progress and have been there for about 2 minutes. Since then, Valve has done the following to combat the bot crisis. They just have to pay $5 to use any sort of communication, which the bots have seemingly been able to get around by most likely paying the tab. This also prevents free-to-play players, i.e. people who cannot or will not put money into the game, from communicating with their team at all. Just to emphasize real quick, new players cannot use text chat, talk in a voice chat, or use any of the built-in callouts such as pointing out a spy, telling your team there's a sentry ahead, or asking to be healed. And again, the bots since the introduction of this fee have had little to no problem using the voice chat, text chat, or any of the in-game callouts. Valve made it so both teams call a vote kick at the same time, as before it was only one kick for both teams. So eventually it will start weighing in different odds because one team has to wait for the other team to kick their bot before they can kick theirs, and it'll go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and nothing can be done about it. This might be a false memory, but I believe they also made it so people that have recently joined the server cannot call a vote kick, although I'm not too sure if that happened during the bot crisis, or this is something that's already in game, but I don't remember it being a thing when this whole thing started. And finally, they basically gave us a big old thumbs up saying, "We you guys, and we're working on a fix." 2 whole years ago. And that's it. That's all Valve has ever communicated to us, or have done about the bot crisis specifically. 5 whole years they've gone about 1 to 3 changes, one of which they may be making money from via the bot hosters, and one confirmation that they hear us. As you can imagine what happened, the community got sick and tired of Valve just tossing away TF2 and keeping it in such a poor state. So to combat this, we put together 2 movements called Save TF2. While the first attempt was successful and is what got Valve to give us the initial "We hear you" Twitter post, nothing else obviously came from it, along with the problems of there not being a set goal for the movement and confused outsiders not really understanding what the movement is about. As for the second one, it wasn't really successful at all. I didn't even know there was a second movement until recently. The biggest fault of both these came down to communication, so this time we decided to do things differently. With fixed TF2, the community decided that our main goal is for the bots to finally be dealt with once and for all, and for TF2 to have a functioning anti-cheat, as clearly the current Valve anti-cheat, VAC for short, is not currently working at all. Along with that, for the past week we've been taking time to spread the word and land today, June 3rd, to be the day of the movement, as before it was something being done on very short notice. We're trying to get as many eyes as possible on fixed TF2 across social medias, have it trending across them due to the amount of noise that's being made, and make sure if anyone clicks the tag, they know within a glance what's going on with TF2 and the bot crisis, how severe it is, and how we're fighting for the bots to be gone and make sure that TF2 gets a real anti-cheat. Along with that, we're taking a page out of the World of Warcraft's community playbook and made a petition page at save.tf that currently has almost 100,000 signatures on it already. Once the petition ends, the signatures are going to be sent directly to Valve's HQ so they can not only hear us, but will see us in a virtual and physical form and know that we mean business. I know many people in the community feel as though nothing is ever going to be done with TF2 again, that Valve has essentially closed its casket. Even a few of my friends feel that way. But I want you to know this. There's no harm in trying again and again and again to get a game that means so much to so many of us to get fixed. Giving up merely means the game will truly die and be left to rot. As long as the actual players that love the game, we should continue to fight for a fix. When I say fix, I mean a real official fix from either Valve or a company they hire to fix it, and not the same stunt Valve tried to pull already by saying they're making something when nothing comes from it. I should also add that I know some folks have said something on the lines of, well, if you don't want to go against bots, just play in community servers. They're actually moderating to help to deal with the bot crisis. While our community servers are not being affected by the bot crisis to some extent is true, and it's how I started playing TF2 back in 2014 on idle/trade servers, let's not pretend that this is nothing but a dollar store band-aid fix to a slit jugular that is the bots. Outside of the fact that finding a decent server can be a hassle, and only recently have seen person actually make a list of good servers to play on, which was created last month, and the fact that server browsers, frankly put, archaic in the modern day and confusing for those that aren't familiar with it, this is clearly not the main way TF2 is meant to be played. New players to the game are going to gravitate to the big ol' casual game mode, which has much simpler UI design than the server browser, because most games want you to play the action mode hosted by the game devs. And what are those players going to run into when they play that? Tons and 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 tons of bots that are instantly killing them, filling them both in the game chat and their actual users of all sorts of things, and generally not giving them any sort of good experience. So why on earth would a new player want to figure out how the server browser works after an experience like that? Plus, there's some people like me just actually want to play the main mode and not have to worry about community plugins or anything like that, which from my experience, most servers have at least one, if not a few different plugins, so the issue goes far beyond the new player experience. Speaking on a bit of a personal level, TF2 unsurprisingly means a hell of a lot to me. Come September of this year, it'll be my 10th anniversary playing TF2, which is a huge chunk of my life this old game's taken up. It's the game that opened the floodgates to me to get into actual PC gaming and not just Minecraft. It's the game that got me interested into making 3D artwork, want to learn how to make games and animations, and will put me on the path of hopefully becoming a game developer at some point in the future. Help me create characters, get through hard times, meet great people, have amazing memories of friends, learn technical aspects of the Source engine, spend way too much money on virtual cosmetics, and so much more. While other games like Dead by Daylight, and if you want to count out Source Filmmaker, have beaten TF2 by a landslide number of hours in them, I still to this day consider TF2 my main game and one of my favorites of all time. I would dare say that within the video game sphere, TF2 is my home, and I want my goddamn home back. And we'll fight to get my home back until Valve decides to be so negligent and actually give us a fix for the bot crisis and a working anti-cheat. And with that, I have one last thing to say. If you haven't already, please visit save.tf and sign the petition. Tell others about the state of TF2, encourage them to do what you have already done. Let Valve know that we are still here, that we're still fighting, and we will not stop until they fix TF2.